Okay, so Trevor Lawrence, the star franchise quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, is going to have a make or break year. This is do or die. This is it, in my honest opinion, for T-Law as the quarterback of Jacksonville. I think if he plays poorly this season or is inconsistent and just shows he's not capable of starting for the Jaguars, I think they look to offload him in the next offseason. But before we discuss that, we have to discuss Lawrence as a quarterback, because Lawrence is, quite simply put, in my opinion, one of the most inconsistent and frustrating quarterbacks in the entirety of the National Football League, at least as a starter. Right, he has games where he shows flashes of being this franchise star quarterback for your team, and then the very next game he throws 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions with a 53 completion percentage and a fumble. So he turns it over 3 times, and he single-handedly loses your team the game because he played like absolute steaming hot garbage on Sunday. And that's not what you want out of an NFL quarterback, is somebody who can go out there, ball out against a mediocre team, but then he faces a top 10 defense and looks like complete and utter shit. And if that is the case, more than likely you do not have a franchise star caliber quarterback, right? And the problem is now they're all in on Trevor Lawrence. They paid him all that money, gave him that huge extension, like a year ago, getting paid star quarterback money, and he's got to prove it now. And Jacksonville made the trade up to go and select Travis Hunter, the wide receiver defensive back out of Colorado, who I thought was probably like the maybe second best prospect in the draft. He might be, the one with the highest ceiling in the NFL, in my opinion. If he reaches that ceiling, he's going to be a superstar, very recognizable name in the NFL for sure. But we'll see how Hunter's career plays out at wide receiver and defensive back. I think he probably will end up playing both positions in the NFL because the Jaguars have nothing to lose at this point, and they might as well fucking do it. Because if he's good both ways, then good. If he sucks as a receiver but he's good as a DB, good. If he sucks as a DB but he's good as a receiver, good. You won. Regardless, you won. If he sucks at both, then you drafted a bust. But still, I don't think he'll be a bust. I think Hunter's going to be a fine player in the NFL. I think he'll be okay and carve out a really good career for himself as a star player. Maybe even both ways. But regardless of that, Lawrence is, once again, he's inconsistent, and that's his problem. You look at the game logs, you look at the seasons. He has, one good season, then he has a mediocre one, then he has a shit one, then a mediocre one. I mean, it's bad all around, because the worst type of quarterback to have in the NFL is one that is completely and utterly inconsistent, because that's also that's the one that makes you the most angry as a fan of that team, is somebody who has the potential to get the job done on Sundays, but sometimes he shows, flashes and signs, but then other times he plays like absolute crap and he gives you no chance to win a game. And that's the problem with Lawrence. And when you're watching the games, it really, really feels like he forces way too many throws that aren't there. I feel like sometimes he still thinks he's in college. He can make those throws. He can't. He can't make those throws. He's got a great arm. He's got like a top 15 arm in the league. But the fact is he doesn't know how to use that golden arm. He doesn't know how to utilize that, and that's a problem. Maybe on this coaching thing, I don't know, but I don't think that's a fixable thing. I think that Liam Coen's the coach now, and I believe he was the offensive coordinator of the Buccaneers, and they had a really good offense last year, so he's bringing that Tampa Bay offense to Jacksonville, right? And maybe he took the job because he saw something in Trevor Lawrence that, we're not going to overcomplicate stuff. He's going to be able to run this scheme and all that stuff, right? But at the end of the day, turnover problems are turnover problems, man. And Trevor Lawrence has always had turnover problems in the NFL, whether you like it or not. That's just the reality. I'm not just looking at the box score, at the stats of the games. In crucial moments, it seems like Lawrence just fires so many fucking interceptions. It's crazy. And once again, that's another frustrating thing, is you have a quarterback who in the big moments those interceptions, right? That's a problem with Justin Fields, is he will have you close in a game for the entire game. And then, there's 3 minutes left, and it's like 2nd and 5 after he scrambled for a couple years, and then he'll throw it right to the defender, and the game will be over. That's the problem with Fields, is he is like anti-clutch. He throws so many interceptions in the clutch. And that's the thing about Trevor Lawrence, too, is when, there's a big moment or they need a score, it's the fourth quarter, he throws so many interceptions. I mean, it's just not very good. And once again, if he has a bad season or even mediocre, I really believe the Jags are not going to give him another year, because This is his 5th year in the NFL. This is do or die. He has shown flashes of potential to be a star quarterback in this league, but he's also shown signs he sometimes is incapable of playing at a high level as a quarterback and getting paid all that money. So if you're Jacksonville, what are you to do? Well, you evaluate his performance after the season and you decide where to go from there. If he plays well, you can keep him as your franchise quarterback. If he plays like shit, like we're talking shit, he's a scrub, he plays like a rookie, and then you have to get rid of him. There's no way. But the problem with Lawrence is his contract is so humongous and gargantuan that no other franchise in the NFL is going to want to take on his garbage contract. I don't know how much of it is guaranteed. I don't know how that would work in a trade, but I'm assuming that no team would want that contract. It's like Kyler Murray. No one, if the Cards put Kyler Murray on the trading block tomorrow, nobody would want him because his contract is so fucking huge and he's so garbage. He's a little midget. All he can do is run. He can't throw with a cream puff arm and sucks and can't read a coverage. Nobody would want him. And the same thing with Lawrence. If he has a shit year this year and the Jags put him on the trading block and are looking for a surplus of picks or whatever, or players, then no team will want him because A, his contract's huge and he doesn't have the production to back that contract up. So why would you take that on? And but we can fix him. We can fix Lawrence. You probably can't because you know how many times it's been said in the NFL that a quarterback sucks his first 2, 3, 4 years in the NFL and gets traded to a team for like a couple late round picks, like a 3rd and a 6th with a role player, some scrub on defense. From a team that's desperate to find a franchise quarterback, we can fix him. And it doesn't work out. The guy's either a backup or, he spot starts a couple games, and it doesn't look all that impressive, and the team moves on from him. And that's that. That's the end of the career for that guy. That's happened so many times. I think if there's a situation where he plays like garbage this season, that could happen to him, where some idiot franchise will trade for him for late-round picks and a role player on defense, and he'll suck for a second team, and he'll be out of... I don't think he, is that bad. I don't think he's horrible, but I don't think he's good either. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's good. He is like, I don't even know. He's like below average. He's a below average quarterback. It's because the way he plays. He plays reckless sometimes. It looks, I think there's times where he gets confused what he's looking at. And you can tell because he forces so many erratic throws into tight coverage, especially man coverage. He sucks against man. He can't throw into tight windows, and that's a fucking problem. When you can only throw wide open guys, you have Shadur Sanders fucking syndrome. That's not a very fucking good thing, though, is it? And once again, do or die, make or break. That's what I'm going to say this year for Trevor Lawrence. This is it for T-Law. If he ends up sucking, he's going to flame out of Jacksonville. And once again, but I don't know, they can't cut him because there's so much dead salary cap. It's unreal. Like you're taking on so much dead cap from releasing him from his contract. There's no point. You won't be able to sign him for the next 5 fucking years. And then your team you just set your team 5 years back by cutting him. And by trading him, I'm pretty sure you say you have to keep him. There's no point. You can't trade the guy. There's no fucking way you can trade him. You have to keep him. So if he plays good, then, good. Liam Coen, maybe he's a good coach and all that stuff. And maybe Travis Hunter's going to help him out and stuff like that. Their line is not all that good, I will admit. So maybe people will use that as an excuse. Like they're using it as an excuse for Caleb Williams for why he sucked in his first season. The line sucked. See, they didn't. They were about an average unit in the NFL. He just made them look infinitely worse than they really were. So, and with T-Law, once again, he's a guy who is just simply not consistent in any sort of way. And inconsistent quarterbacks aren't starters, right? Those are guys who are higher tier backups because they can be capable of a good performance. But then if you have to throw them out there on the field again, they'll probably end up stinking the joint up. So that's not what you want as a franchise. And if you want my honest opinion and my raw take on Trevor Lawrence as a quarterback, he is below average right now. And he looks like a replacement level quarterback. And I believe, in my opinion, if he has a bad or mediocre season, the Jacksonville Jaguars should move on and try to find their franchise quarterback because 5 years of mediocrity and 5 years of being marred with inconsistency with Trevor Lawrence, there's no point. You might as well give up because he's probably not going to end up getting any better. I think he's like 25 or 26 or something. I'll take a look here. He's 25, so he's gonna be 26 this season. Then next season he'll be 27, so he'll be 26 And if he's not any good, what's the point? You're gonna try to stick it out another 4 years with this guy on his contract? No. Come on, man. You can't afford to do that because it's the NFL. You're looking to win. It's a business all about winning. It's football, damn it. It's goddamn football, and you're looking to win because you're in the NFL. You're in the best league in the world, and you're not looking to start a mediocre or bad quarterback and just be complacent with it and be fine and content and oh yeah, this is okay with it. You're trying to win the Super Bowl. That's the goal for every single team going into the season, is win the Super Bowl. And a lot of people say, well, all no, to have a good season. And I hate when people say that. Winning 6 games when last year you won 4 games is some sort of fucking improvement. No, it's not. You didn't get close to making the playoffs. So there's no improvement there. You're actually going backwards because you're proving that you can't make the playoffs. For each team, the goal is to make the playoffs and to win the Super Bowl. And for the Jaguars, they probably have the same goal. They want to prove people wrong and they want to make it far. That's the point of the NFL, is to win games. And people who say otherwise they don't know nothing, because these guys are competing. They're out there, they're playing, they're fucking competing. Some of these guys' jobs and livelihoods are at fucking stake playing this game, damn it. So they want to go out there and you think they're phoning it in or they're not trying. Maybe certain players aren't because they're getting a fat paycheck and they don't really give a fuck anymore. But with a team like the Jaguars, you have sort of a ragtag group of players on both sides of the ball. They're looking to win games. They want to win games. They're not going to be, okay, yeah, we're happy to get paid and collect our paycheck and play like a scrub. No. They want to win games, and Jacksonville is going to try to win games, but I don't think they're going to do well. And if I had to give a prediction, I really believe Trevor Lawrence has another mediocre year and they move on from him in the offseason. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.